NASA has recently confirmed by its NEOWISE project tracking near-Earth objects that a brown dwarf star is, quote, relatively close to Earth. And of course, in this comparison image, you can see how big the brown dwarf star is compared to Earth. It's bigger than Jupiter. And of course, it's heading inbound towards us, towards our planet. But it's not only NASA of the United States or European Space Agency or the space agencies of other countries that are interested in this planet. It's also the Vatican. In a recent article, Planet X and the Jesuit footage classified Secret Omega, it's the Catholic Church that has its Servizio Informazione del Vaticano, that's the Secret Omega. An Italian investigative journalist claims that he recently had a meeting with a top Vatican official belonging to this Secretum Omega, and they are in charge of extraterrestrial affairs and the return of Planet X. So Secret Omega, governs access to all this information. And this explains why former Vatican insiders, such as Monsignor Corrado Balducci, appear to be out of the loop, and they give this information. The release of the controversial MJ12 files and of the Guardian files by anonymous individuals for the first time in history, one member of the ufological community, an Italian freelance writer and investigative journalist, was able to check the credentials of this anonymous Secret Omega insider. And this man was responsible for the release of classified material having to do with the return of Planet X and extraterrestrials, aliens, and the extraterrestrial affairs. So he was an insider of the presumed Vatican intelligence structure, Secret Omega, and his actions were supported by his colleagues. Now, the freelancer Cristoforo Barbato, talking about Secretum Omega, is an Italian independent UFO researcher, and for the last 7 years worked on writing concerning several UFO magazines in Italy. He's also collaborated to the realization of 2 Italian encyclopedias on UFOs, and interesting enough, he also has had many contacts concerning Stargate Extraterrestrial and Stargate magazine, where he wrote concerning the Fatima apparitions and the famous third secret of Fatima that supposedly has not yet been disclosed by the Vatican, even though they were supposed to do that in the 1960s. So as Barbato was writing his various articles concerning the Fatima apparitions and the famous undisclosed third secret, in the year 2000 he received emails from an anonymous person claiming that he was a Vatican insider belonging to the Omega Secret Service, having to do with the extraterrestrial and Planet X files. He asked to meet him, and he did so in Rome in 2001, and Barbato was sure that this man was legitimate. This man was a Jesuit working at the Holy See, and he provided videos and images having to do with Planet X at the edges of our solar system. So in 2001, the Vatican insider sent Cristoforo Barbato by post a videotape. And in this videotape, for the first time, it contained a footage of 2 minutes regarding observations of a planetoid in deep space what we call Planet X, or the 10th planet as referred to by Zecharia Sitchin, and it was approaching our solar system. The video showed an introduction of writings of classification on it and had been carried out by a secret space probe named Silo. He went on to explain that the Silo space probe, according to Barbato's contact, sent the images of the planetoid Planet X in October of 1995, after it came back from the border of the solar system to have more power for the signal, to a secret radio telescope hidden at an unused oil refining plant in Alaska managed by Jesuits belonging to Secret Omega. He also added that this radio telescope was built in 1990 to observe anomalous celestial bodies on approaching the solar system. Well, we also know that the Vatican has an Arizona telescope watching the skies as well. So the passage from Barbato's press release says, quote, "The meeting with an alien delegation at Maroc Airfield Base in February 1954 in the presence of President Dwight Eisenhower and James Francis McIntyre, Bishop of Los Angeles. After that incredible event, McIntyre flew to Rome to refer everybody to Pope Pius XII, who decided to found the SIV, the Secret Omega, with the aim to gather every possible bit of information about aliens and how they interacted with the American government. From then, Bishop McIntyre of the U.S. of Los Angeles and Detroit Archbishop Edward Mooney became the main information co-coordinators between the U.S. and the Vatican State. This Secret Omega insider of the Vatican also informed Barbato, the Italian investigative journalist, that the United States had a phantom spaceship called Aurora, which was capable of reaching Mach 6 speeds. And of course, the US officials are denying that. The insider alleged that it was an American secret hypersonic aircraft capable of reaching the Mach 6 performance. Now, the Italian investigative journalist Barbato remarks are confirmed in Dr. Stephen Greer, his book recently titled Hidden Truth, Forbidden Knowledge. Revealed in the chapter number 16, passages of it have been published in Nexus News Times magazine on the survey Twilight Zone, number 64, October-November 2006, that during a meeting with some rebel insiders taking place in December 1944 in Phoenix by Wrigley Manson, one of them confessed to him that determinate Jesuits control technology on UFOs, information, and contact with aliens. This article also goes on to state that there should have been some direct personal meetings between Secret Omega members and the Nordic-looking races of aliens coming from the Pleiades, and that these aliens presumably warned humans against another alien race met by the Americans in the California desert. That these meetings between Secret Omega and aliens took place mainly in the U.S. territory, but also twice in Rome at the Vatican. Precisely in the Vatican Gardens at the Papal Academy of Sciences, in the presence of Pope Pius XII. The Jesuit contact also confirmed to the Italian journalist the reality of the George Adamski John the 23rd meeting, where they spoke about some very interesting details concerning the aliens and Planet X, and also called Secret Omega the highest security level equivalent to the NATO Cosmic Top Secret. I'll leave a link below for you for this article.